Virginia map is here. The Democrats can now get a 10-1 map in the state of Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia. And now we're going to analyze the early voting we have so far and what it means for the election, what the Democrats must do in order to win this referendum so the yes can win, and what's at stake for the election in the House for this year's election. As you can see here, this was the map that Abigail Spanberger was able to win this by more than 15 points. This was a brutal win for the Democrats in 2025. They did well where? The suburban areas outside of Fairfax, outside of Richmond, outside of Virginia Beach as well. They did very, very well there. I'm just going to zoom here the map. This is the map, as you can see. Usually a map in Virginia, it's much more red than it's blue, but that's usually what happens in every state in America because the Republicans have votes in the rural parts and the Democrats get the votes outside of the urban and also suburban areas. So just come here. This is the county where you'll be watching in the election on Tuesday. This is Northumberland County. This county has always voted with the winner for the past like 15 or 20 years. It's a must win for the yes or the no if they want to win the election. So Abigail Spanberger won by 10, then she was able to win by 15. This was slightly not a very great county in that election, but it still voted with the winner. But if you compare, for example, Kamala, it voted by 5, she won by 5. And also, if you're going to see a very democratic turnout here, and also in terms of swings, you're going to see it here. This is Chesterfield County. You know, usually it was a Republican county before the Trump era came in, but right now it's a Democratic county. Biden won, Kamala won, even Trump was able to win it in 2016, but now it's a very Democratic county, at least by more than 10 points. Here it voted by almost 18 points. Abigail Spanberger was able to win it by 18. Then the suburbs just to the north of Richmond, that's Eureka County. Just going to select it right here. More Democratic, crucial for the Democrats. It's over 38 points. It's must win for the Democrats as well. If they don't win Eureka, they're gone. If the Republicans don't win Chesterfield, they're gone as well. So you can see this is a very important stuff. So Republicans must win Chesterfield. The Democrats must win Eureka. The margin within Chesterfield will be important for the Republicans. Then you're going to come here. This is Spotsylvania County. This must be red by more than 10 points. Otherwise, yes. I'm sorry, not red. The no must win here by more than 10 points. Otherwise, the yes will win. And also go to Stafford. If the Republicans have any chance, if the Republicans, I mean the no, okay, and the yes is a Democrat. So if the Republicans want to win this needs to be within 2, maybe red. I mean, Glenn Youngkin in 2021, when he won the governor race here in the Republican side, he was able to win this county. And then he got all the suburban areas outside of Virginia, outside of Fairfax, or outside of Alexandria, Arlington, Loudoun County, Prince William County. And those are very important, very Democratic areas. I just want to tell you that. As you can see here, this is Fairfax County. It's the biggest turnout machine if you are a Democrat. You need to turn out your voters in Fairfax, not only in turnout, but also in percentage. This was a very brutal win. If you're seeing a Democratic underperformance, you may see Fairfax County below 69% or below 68% in the ballpark of that region. Then you go to Loudoun County. You have a lot of Latinos. That's one of the first signs that Kamala was doing poorly with Latinos in 2024. She did much worse than Biden here. I think it was more than 10 points worse. But when you compare Abigail Spanberger, Kamala won this by 20, Abigail won this by 30, so that was a 10 points overperformance. I can show you right here. I think it was less than 20 actually. I think it was 18 or so in Loudoun County. I can show you right here. It was 16 actually. So that was a huge overperformance by Abigail Spanberger, higher than her actual overperformance in the state. So as you can see on me, this is a lot of Latinos, this is one of the fastest growing counties all across Virginia, and the Democrats might need to win this at least by around 15 points. If they don't win this by around 15 points, they are in trouble. Again, I don't believe it because of the trends we're seeing in Latinos. If the Republicans win this referendum, it may need to come out of the suburban areas, of the Democratic areas as well, because they probably are not happy with this referendum. Maybe the Democrats don't want to get it as well, and we'll see. Here in Virginia Beach City area, Norfolk and Chesapeake and all of these areas, Suffolk as well, very important to get the turnout. Right now, it was 10 points, and here it was 10 points. So if you want to get this within a Republican color, or maybe within 2 or 3, this might be good to get. And also here around Prince William County, again, Latinos matter here. In terms of the turnout, we're like this. This is just a methodology. I don't agree with them, so forget about the percentages in the Republican and Democratic side. I don't believe in that. That's just my opinion. I don't agree with them, but okay. Everybody can have their own. And as you can see here, the turnout is much higher right now in Republican areas. I can show here. This is Buchanan County, for example, Tazewell County, Buchanan, Tazewell. This is Rockingham County just over here, and I'm just going to show you here. Rockingham County is this one. So this one is Rockingham County. I'm gonna show you here. Look at this. This is the slope. The higher the slope, the most positive the slope is, better for the Republicans because they're having higher turnout in their precincts. Right now, the whole state slope right now, it's at 0.149, which is not a very great in terms of the scatter plot. It's not a very great slope, to be honest. They need this to be higher, I would say, because right now I'm still predicting a Democratic win here, or at least a yes win, by around 3 to 5 points. Maybe the Democrats can surprise us. Right now I think it's 3 to 5 or so. If you go here to Virginia Beach, you're seeing the opposite scenario. You see, the precincts around the more rural parts of the county are much more have less turnout than the more inside the city precincts. So you can see here, you have a very bad slope for the Republicans. We're still waiting for election day, and that might define a lot. But still, you come here to Loudoun County, for example. That's only right now. Look at this, the slope. The slope is great, and also in terms of turnout. You can compare here the turnout. This is very interesting. If you compare here the turnout, look, the highest counties in terms of the vote in comparison to 2025 are all Republican, except from Emporia City. That's right now is 118%, but it's a very small county. I suspect it's not big at all. But you can see the majority are also small in terms of the Republican side, but there are a ton of them, and they're right now beating everything. Like Buchanan's at 137% of 2025, and the early in-person voting is slightly above, as you can see here, the early votes. So it means the mail-in votes are trailing a little bit behind, as you can see over here. That is interesting as well. We got 22,000 people now registered to vote in comparison to 2025. They estimating this margin in terms of the EV turnout. I don't expect it, to be honest. But right now, in terms of the whole turnout, we're at 96% of 2025, and that will be certainly interesting. Here you can see by county, of course, Democratic areas have slightly less turnout than the more rural parts here. Also, here there are less because they will probably turn out in election day. And you move to congressional district, to the current map. You can see this is data from the Thursday because you didn't got the Friday update yet. Of course, I'm not recording this video on Friday, but the review will be released on Sunday. As you can see here as well, this is the first congressional district, the one that has the highest turnout right now. And that one is slightly more Republican, but it's not a lot. And as you can tell me, all across this and all across these parts here, you can see here the margins, it's just huge. The more turnout we have right now, or in Republican areas, it might not just be enough, and that's just what I'm saying here. I just want to tell you something right now. I still predict a 3 to 5 points margin for the Democrats in this election. It'll be certainly an fun election to watch. Don't forget, live stream will start at 6:50 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, April the 21st. We're going to have a beautiful live stream here. Thank you for the 320 subscribers. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like as well for the next video, and I'll be back here on Tuesday with a mega live stream covering everything, because this will matter a lot for the midterms coming up in November. Thank you.